Eshioma. I love the title. Why I don't and will never accept coffee dates. Oh, you know you're in for a great video.
So I do not accept coffee dates from men, and I just want to talk about it. I do just want to say that my reasons are just that, my own, so don't get under my comment section upset or in your feelings. So why don't I accept coffee dates? Well, besides the fact that I'm really not much of a coffee drinker, I find that coffee dates are low effort, they are cheap, and they are the biggest waste of time, honestly. So when I go on dates, I truly do like to look my best because I do believe that first impressions matter. So I really do put a lot of effort into my look, and I find that putting effort into my appearance for $5 bean juice is a waste of time. So when you ask a man, why do you like to take women out for coffee dates, they will give you a bunch of reasons, and I'm just here to tell you that they will never tell you the true reason as to why they ask women out on coffee dates. They're going to lie to you. They are going to guilt trip you by asking if you need free food, if that's why you're asking for him to take you on a proper date. Do you need free food? Are you hungry? And it's really just because they want the woman to be able to prove that she is worth a proper meal. I don't care about what reasons they tell you. Oh, why does the price matter? It's about connection. You should only be focused. No, they don't believe in that. They really just want you to prove that you are worth a dinner, that you are worth a lunch. And with that information, with that knowledge, it's honestly disrespectful for a man to ever propose to me a coffee date. I wouldn't even go on a coffee date with my friends. My friend knows better not to ask me to have coffee with her.
Okay, so yeah, the complexes here are absolutely insane. I mean, I'm almost speechless, but not really. So it's the most typical opinion ever of some sort of super entitled, I'm a princess type girl. I mean, you can sort of tell even by her facial expression right there. I mean, look at that, right? This girl thinks that she's extremely valuable and special. Now, look, I don't know if she actually is or not. I have no idea. But as soon as a girl tells me right away, oh, well, I don't do coffee dates and that's cheap or this or that, what is wrong with a guy talking to you a little bit over a coffee before he immediately goes into the next step? I mean, if anything, it's smart. Because why waste time any further if there's no chemistry? I mean, for a guy, especially a guy that has a little bit of experience, why waste time going to dinner and doing this whole big thing? Because you know how dinner goes, right? It's not even so much about the money itself, but the principle, right? You're going to spend $200 on the full meal because, you get drinks and dessert or whatever. And you don't want to look cheap, obviously. So you're not going to go and say, oh, you're not going to pay for it. You're going to pay for everything, obviously. But now the problem is if there's no chemistry there, how many times are you going to do this same process, right? And she's just, oh, well, I have to get ready. I mean, I get that, but it's not worth who knows how many dollars. Like some guy did a video breakdown of this, how girls are like trying to include the full price of all their makeup. But when he actually broke it down for one-time use and approximated the amount of volume of makeup they're using, ended up being like the price of like not even a lunch. It was like somewhere in the $10 to $15 range, if that actually. I think it's even less than that. If I find the video, maybe I'll put in the links. But the point is, right, it's not as expensive as you guys make it. You guys make it this big deal because, in fact, you're the lazy one. Like, you're supposed to find a man. You're not the prize. This is obvious. It's your job to put your best foot forward. It's not the guy's job to jump through a million hoops to prove himself to you. If you have a coffee date, it's supposed to be genuine. Okay? You're trying to figure out if there's any chemistry. Because if there is none, what's the point of going through the big dinner process? Right? So you can feel adequately compensated. Just admit it. Admit that you want to feel adequately compensated for your time. And by definition, you're automatically transactional out of the gate by having this request. And I'll be honest, I tell all of my guys, if a girl says no to a coffee date, you have effectively dodged a bullet. Okay? Think about the kind of character that'll say no to this. It's so easy to upgrade from coffee date to dinner anyways. If you nail the timing properly, you can easily upgrade to that after. So it's really not an issue. Okay? If they immediately start with, oh yeah, I deserve a certain standard, or I expect flowers, or I expect this, see you later. Okay? See you later. Because you just don't have time for this level of entitlement and expectation. Okay, there's already enough expectation on the board. We already know the nature of the game, right? Like girls expect a million things. There's tons of different videos out there about that, how they want 6 figures, 6 foot, blah, blah, blah. You guys get the whole point. So on top of that, now you have to climb through these hoops. And I mean, now you're just being so greedy. Like, how can't you see that? You're treating a guy like a disposable wallet, right? And no guy on earth out of principle. It's not even about the money, man. And they always make it about the money. Like, what are you so broke? What are you cheap? And it's like, you guys are disgusting. It's purely about the principle. Okay. Are you going to at least try? At least lie to me. Pretend that you care at least a little bit about who I am and not just about what you're going to gain. That is the fundamental point. You women need to understand this. Okay. You need to, or you'll basically die alone, honestly. Or you'll get some loser guy that really doesn't value himself that much. And then you're not going to like him anyways because he doesn't value himself. So why would you value him? Right? It's just such a toxic mentality. And it's so funny how these girls are so convinced that this is the answer to their problems. If you don't like coffee, get a tea and shut up.
And I know better not to ask my friends that either because they're going to feel the same exact way. If we are going to get coffee, it's going to be on our way to the restaurant or on our way back from the restaurant. So I met a girl in class last semester who told me that she showed up to her coffee date in a bonnet, oversized sweatsuit, those black Adidas pool slides, and mixed match socks. Because she told me that whenever she was going to get coffee, she was looking like who did it and why.
Okay, so, I mean, look, if a girl pulls up like this on you, obviously, I mean, you already dodged a bullet again. I mean, these girls are disqualifying themselves. They're disqualifying themselves. Why would you care? You're trying to make some sort of point here, but all you're doing is looking stupid and disqualifying yourself. Like, thank God, good riddance, right? So imagine the pettiness to get ready in this way just to go on a coffee date to prove something. Like, go be independent elsewhere. Honestly, it's a very, very sad state. The dating climate is just, yeah. Clown fiesta.
So she showed up to the date exactly like that. And the guy that she met up with was so upset. That's honestly why I don't believe men when they say that a date is only focused solely on connection and that all the other stuff doesn't matter. If that was the case, the guy wouldn't care about how she looked like on the date. He would just care to get to know her, right? But
just want to point out in the old days, right? Girls, there would never be a situation where a girl wouldn't put her absolute best when she left the house, let alone a date with a guy. So look how the standards have dropped so much. It's not even about just the man, but some orderly conduct or some level of respect, right? So I understand that those standards have gone now. I'm not saying you have to always do this, whatever it is, what it is. It's honestly up to the individual, but on a date, right? I mean, if you're not going to put your best foot forward in a situation where it needs to be mutual, you're going to have these massive expectations, and it is what it is. I don't see anything wrong with it. If you have a mass amount of disposable income and you want to lead with money, sure, you can do that, I guess, but I just don't think it attracts the right type of woman, the type of woman where she will be submissive and all the things that you would ideally want in a traditional situation. I mean, this is for most of you guys that actually want a genuine relationship. You have to be in that position. So this is why I'm saying, sure, you could throw money at a girl and it might work out, but why do that when you can be smart about it and vet her first? And if she likes you enough, she won't care. Okay, I've always relied on coffee dates. I've never had an issue with this. So it is what it is.
no, he was expecting her to show up looking all done up. It was only one man who has ever asked me out on a coffee date, and I just ended up blocking him because, like I said, because I know why men truly ask women out on coffee dates, I find it very disrespectful, and I just don't want to deal with that. So you will be blocked.
Nobody cares. And honestly, those guys, God bless them because they dodged an amazing, amazing woman that offers so much value, and I'm sure is not going to be a headache at all to maintain in the near future. If you like this video, don't forget to like and subscribe. For more content, check the links in the description below.